We now want to send it over to One America's Trey Yingst, who has more from the White House. Hey, Trey.
That's right. I want to start with some breaking news out of the White House this afternoon. Press Secretary Sean Spicer allowing a group of 10 to 15 journalists into his office to discuss a major story that was released this week by the New York Times, claiming that the Trump administration reached out to the FBI in order to get them to release a statement saying that the stories about the Trump administration contacting Russia during the campaign were false. Press Secretary Sean Spicer had some very strong words for the media today in his office. I want to read a few of these quotes to you. He said, "You can't disprove something that does not exist." He also said, "The administration has nothing to hide." He also said, "I find a lot of this offensive." So clearly the administration pushing back against a number of these stories that were released by CNN and the New York Times, saying that there was communication between the administration and the FBI. Now, I want to take you through a little bit of a timeline about what happened here. Press Secretary Sean Spicer telling members of the media in his office that the day this story was released, the deputy director of the FBI was here at the White House meeting with the chief of staff, Reince Priebus. Now, during that meeting, apparently, according to the White House, the deputy director of the FBI said to Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, "This story is fake. What the New York Times put out was false." And in response, Reince Priebus allegedly responded to the deputy director of the FBI saying that, "Could you please tell people that? Could you please make an announcement saying that the reporting in the New York Times about these connections to Russia and communication was false?" Ultimately, the reports that have come out since that meeting occurred have said that the Trump administration reached out to the FBI, the administration saying that the FBI reached out to the Trump administration, and they simply responded with, "Could you please let the American people know that this information was false?" So a lot of back and forth between members of the media and the Trump administration today. It was a bit of a tense moment there in Press Secretary Sean Spicer's office. Now, he was joined by some senior staff members. Hope Hicks was in the room. Also, Deputy Press Secretaries Sarah Saunders and Lindsay Walters were in the room, and a number of press assistants. Now, I want to read you one more quote that the president said earlier today at CPAC, saying that we are going to do something about it. Now, during this press gaggle, I asked Press Secretary Sean Spicer, what does the president intend to do about these reports by the media that the administration is claiming are false? He said, "We will continue to push back against these fake reports." He does not intend to withdraw any credentials from these organizations that they are claiming are reporting fake stories, but ultimately he said they will continue to push back. He hopes that the administration will continue to be able to have these conversations with the media. But I can tell you that there is a tense standoff happening right now at the White House between the Trump administration and members of the media, both sides saying that they have the accurate information, and we will continue to watch how all of this unfolds.